Good morning. My name is Reverend Leslie Goodwin, and I am so very, very, very happy that participating in our service is a part of what is bringing God through you this day. What a gift to us for you bringing your consciousness into this space. We are happy, happy, happy to have you. If you are new, if you have wandered across us through some miracle of being passed on by a friend or just wandering across our website or our YouTube channel, there will be some opportunities to connect, just like Jeff said at the beginning of the service. Please do. Log in on your YouTube channel, chat with us, shoot us an email. We want to know you. You are so terribly interesting to us, and we want you to feel absolutely at home. So we have entered a new theme, and we do seasonal themes here at New Vision Center, and we just completed our Summer of Joy, and we all really, really loved and appreciated the Summer of Joy, especially when so many of us had to cancel things like summer vacations and trips and fun things that we had planned. To choose to align in joy was just a really wonderful, fun thing to do. And now we have arrived at our new season, which is true prosperity. And some of us have been feeling a little like, but I want to stay in joy. And I get it. I totally do. And what I feel like is that true prosperity is like joy lifted up even further, even more deeply walking out in our lives. So I'm prepared to transition from the summer of joy into the autumn of awesome, all of us together, as we practice true prosperity together. My theme today is nature abhors a vacuum. Yeah, not really that kind of vacuum, but yeah, I kind of abhor that kind of vacuum. So this is the way it works, the way life works. There's more than enough for all of us. Everything exists in infinity because it is all energy. Money is just energy. It's just a symbol that we've chosen to represent a unit of energy. Time, physical vitality, love, friendship, all of these are energies, right? And energy is infinite. It can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be shifted into other things. So we can never run out of it. We can never run out of it. I can personally run out of the amount I give myself access to, but that's not the same thing as it being gone. Nature abhors a vacuum. So I was thinking about this, and I thought, well, the first step for me, if I'm going to say I want more prosperity, it's the season of true prosperity. I want more prosperity in my life. The first thing I need to know is, what is true prosperity? What is true prosperity? Is it money? Is it being able to have whatever I want? Is it the magic wand? Is it winning the lottery? What is true prosperity? And I am rereading for the bajillionth time a wonderful Catherine Ponder book. And she says, she says a lot in a lot of her books, but in this particular book she says, you are prosperous to the degree that you are experiencing peace, health, and plenty in your world. Well, all right then. True prosperity is peace, health, and plenty in my world. And I'm the only one that can really decide plenty of what is my form of prosperity. Peace, health, and plenty. Okay, well, if I buy into this idea that there's always more than enough in the world, and my experience of prosperity is really how much of that I'm actually expressing and experiencing in my life, then the first question to me that comes from that is, how do I do it? How do I get that? Is there a button to push? Makes me think Reverend Karen and I have a button that you push and it says, that was easy. And I want a prosperity button, and it turns out there is one, and it's creating a vacuum. So Catherine Ponder goes on to say, if you want greater prosperity in your life, start forming a vacuum to receive it. So this logic, this comes from basic Newtonian physics. If you have a plexiglass box and you hook up a vacuum tube to one side and you suck all of the air out of the box, what will eventually happen? The box will collapse. It'll implode on itself because nature abhors a vacuum. It is not in the nature of life on planet Earth to have nothing. When we start sucking that air out, the reason the box collapses is because it starts sucking air in. And if there isn't anywhere to suck it in, it'll knock the whole box apart trying to get in there. There might be some parallels to some of my dating in my early lives there. But we'll cover that on a different talk. There's some stuff that got collapsed along the way, I think, perhaps. So if we want greater prosperity, we need to hook up that vacuum tube and get that vacuum going and have an opening on the other side to let the new good stuff in. I thought, I need evidence. I need evidence that this very true physical phenomenon actually happens in real life. And I thought, trying to get the attention of a toddler that does not want to pay attention to you. You could have candy, you could blow kisses, you could be a dinosaur roar with them. If they don't want to pay attention to you, there is nothing you can do to get their attention except go to the bathroom. As soon as you are not chasing them with attention, as soon as the vacuum of a closed door is applied, little fingers are coming up under that bathroom door, and sometimes kitty paws too, depending on the house you're in, just trying to get to you. Similarly, with older children, junior high, high school age, I'm finding 25, 30-year-old children. You can run them down and try and find out about their life. They do not want to talk to you until you try to have an adult conversation on the phone that is not involving them. Mom, Mama, pay attention to me. I need you right now. Mom, why do you never pay attention to me? The one time all that week you try to have a grown-up conversation. When we create a vacuum, in comes that energy right towards us. So how can we use this admittedly comical thing to our advantage? How can we, for lack of a better term, be dudes about this and use some tools? This, for once, my friends, is something we can control this. And how fun is that? So how do we create the vacuum that pulls in what we want in our life? And part of how we want to do this is we want to make sure it's balanced. We want to make sure it affects our body, our mind, and our spirit, because that's what we do around here, right? We want to be integrated. So let's start with body, not health body, but like the body of our affairs. And this is in releasing. Releasing stuff we don't need anyway, that we have. Oh, I heard a tale. Oh, my friends, I heard a tale this week from one of our own New Vision Center beloveds. And she said, to me, this is like a fairy tale. She said to me, Leslie, I have empty drawers in my house. And the heavens opened and the angels sang, empty drawers. Empty drawers. There is a biblical story about a jar of olive oil. And Elisha, the prophet, came to stay with a woman. He was hiding. And he wanted to have this woman say she would hide him and keep him safe. The townspeople wanted to kill him. They apparently did not enjoy his prophecies. And his gift to her would be that she would never run out of olive oil. But don't look in the amphora. Don't look in the bottle. Just keep using it, and the olive oil will never run out. And she didn't. She didn't look, and there was just always enough. There was a vacuum applied as she continued to use the oil. If she had hoarded it or if she had checked it, who knows what might have happened? Because here's the thing. If you have a full bottle of olive oil, it does not matter how much more magical olive oil is gifted unto you. It would just pour out off the top of the olive oil and pour out all over the ground and couldn't be used. If you are using a container, like in Jeff's reading, you are always limited to the size of the container. And if what's in your container is, God forbid, stuff you don't even want or use anyway, I got to say, I am the owner of a drawer. It is not a proud drawer, of batteries that may or may not be dead, the occasional sock, bits of paper that might mean something to someone, so I'm afraid to throw them away, even though I have no idea what they could be, 47 rolls of Scotch tape, staples that do not fit a stapler I own. You're getting my point here? We all have drawers, closets, collections of things that are valuable to someone or something, perhaps or not, but are not valuable filling up our amphora of olive oil. We can be given to for all eternity, but if our life is too full to let anything else in, then overflow it goes. Overflow it goes. When we clear out, what we're doing is we're revealing the God quality of order in our lives. I love the phrase, Reverend Penny often says, without order, there can be no grace. Without a clean drawer, there can be no wonderful Indian spices to put into said drawer. I might be letting it known a little bit what I want to do with my drawer when I get it cleaned out. But we all have something that we would like and know where to put it. So phase one is start cleaning out. Start releasing. Start releasing the stuff you're not using anyway. Make a pile of the clothes that you never ever wear. And dear Lord, the clothes you think you're going to want to wear when you lose that 10 pounds. Sugar Muffin, when you lose that 10 pounds, you deserve new clothes, better clothes, awesome clothes. These are the things I tell myself. Revealing order, releasing that which we never probably needed or just don't need anymore. People will say to me all the time, okay, I've released. I'm ready for, very often this comes in the form of I'm ready for my beloved. I'm ready for my beloved. I have cleaned out the drawer on the bedside table on the side that will belong to my beloved. Yes, that's awesome. Where's my beloved? It's not always one-to-one. It's not always a literal connection. So just keep releasing bit by bit, nice and gently, nice and gently. All movement is good movement. The universe doesn't need a literal one-to-one translator. It'll get you there. Releasing from the body of our affairs. The second one is from the mind, and that is forgiving. Everybody's favorite topic. I can tell. Out there in the world, there is much rejoicing. Yes, we're going to talk about forgiveness. We're going to talk about releasing the mental gook. So as much as I have the drawer in my kitchen with the tape and the staples, I also have the drawers in my mind, and perhaps you do too, of the time Kemba Kelly said the thing about nobody liking me on the pom team in sophomore year of college. Kemba Kelly. I don't need that drawer anymore. We all have grudges, memories we're holding on to, stories we've told ourselves about the way life is that are filling up the spaces in our brain and in our consciousness that are better used for new spiritual ideas, more expansive concepts. But again, just like you can't keep pouring oil in a full oil jar, you can't start reading the next chapter of your life while you're still turned to the old page. It can't be done. It's not that you're doing it wrong. It's that it can't be done. So we lean into what are the tools we can use to create a vacuum in our mind. I feel like that's a joke my dad might have told about me when I was in 8th grade, about if you look through one ear and you see sunshine. Yeah. Well, we're going to intentionally create a vacuum in our mind through practices of releasing prayers, of forgiveness work, of affirmations of open-mindedness. Now, these are things we talk about all the time in our lessons, in our services, to create a prayer of releasing. It can be as simple as I joyfully loose and release any thought or belief that has ever held me back. I open myself to the new. It can be that simple. You don't need to know how your mind's going to be cleared out. That's not our business. That's the divine's business. You don't need to know what's coming next when you open it up and allow that goodness in. That's not our business in it either. That's the divine's business as well. But we can't have more than we'll accept. And we can't accept ideas that are contrary to our current beliefs. So the one thing we can do, we can control, is to choose to let the things that are holding us back go from our mind and from our heart. I joyfully loose and release any thought or belief that has ever held me back. I joyfully open to the new, to the good. Okay, so we've cleaned out the body of our affairs. We've opened the path to clean out our mind and heart. And so far, we haven't spent a penny. We haven't sacrificed at all. And frankly, our house is looking a little bit cleaner, and we're in a better mood, right? We've revealed order in the body of our affairs. We've revealed peace in our heart and mind. But what if we want to go deeper? We want more. I kind of always want more. I'm a bit of a greedy minister, and I always want more. So what if we take it into the mystical realm? Believe it or not, they're actually tools, concrete, physical tools that will help carry us into the realm of mysticism. If you were to ask a mystic of any faith tradition, and I mean any, go find them. Every faith tradition has the mystics that say we're all one, and there are certain things that hold true. And the one that is the truest truth is what you give is what you get. Giving is the start button on the machine of the universe that circulates good to all beings. Giving. Now, we've had practice with releasing, right? We've cleaned out. We've done the easy part. You may have done a little giving with that, but it's not quite the same thing as giving what you don't want is the releasing. And then there's the giving of your good. The giving of your good. So giving of things that you do care about. Your time, your money, your attention, your love that you're using right now takes you into a deeper level, kicks up that vacuum to a level that isn't just allowing good in, it is full on sucking the energy from the whole universe. It is pulling it to you even as we speak this. This idea that if I want more monetary prosperity, I give money that matters to me. My money matters to me. I work hard for it. To causes that light up my heart. That's the second part. It's not just giving. It's giving to a place that you feel so good about that the yes is doubled and tripled and amplified and rising up from that fire in the belly place to where a gift is not just an action. It is an action. It doesn't work if you just think about it. You do actually have to do it. But that it is a prayer as well. It's a prayer as well. Think about the time you gave that thing that meant so much to you, to the place that meant so much to you, and the way your heart cracked open in a way it never has before. We've all had the experience. And now imagine, for lack of a better term, weaponizing that. Making that a tool that we utilize intentionally and regularly, specifically to turn that vacuum on and suck that good in at us at such an amazing and rapid pace that there's no need to try to catch it. We just open up those arms and let the good whap us. Just like the waves in Jeff's reading before. Just immersing ourselves in the good that's coming. When we are in a place of the givingness that reveals the true abundance of the nature of life, there is no doing anything except for laying back and allowing the wave of good to carry us forward. Whether we are talking giving money, giving time, giving attention. Attention is one of the most precious things we can give, to reach out to someone who might feel alone and really, really listen with an open heart. Being open to giving love where it isn't always easy. just being in that giving space. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our teacher, said the gift is always greatest to the giver. Give the best you have, always, and the best will come back to you. Not the best of what you've had will come back to you. The best of all of the universe's everything will come back to you. Amplified, expanded, more. What's important for us to focus on, I think more than ever before, as we seek true prosperity outside of fear, outside of limitation, outside of lack, outside of needing to feel like we have to take what is somebody else's, is that we have power right where we are to choose to turn on the true abundance, true prosperity machine, whatever it is that we seek, by opening up the channel, by cleaning out and releasing what we no longer need, by opening our heart and mind to the willingness to give it a try, to open to something brand new and different, by releasing old beliefs and really focusing on forgiveness. And then we can push that turbo button, turn it into hyperdrive by choosing to give even more of the very best of who we are and what we have to things that really matter to us and make a difference in the world. And when we do that, my friends, life is so prosperous, life is so beautiful, that it is all that we can do to turn around and talk about it like I am right now with people like you, so that we can spread this word, so that everybody can live this prosperous, joyful life together. In conclusion, Ernest Holmes said, in the long run, everyone who loves is loved. All who give joy receive it back. Everything moves in circles of cause and effect. More is added to the much we use. More is added as we move in circles, giving joy, giving love, giving financial contributions, giving attention, giving service, giving willingness. And so our call to action this week is to get practicing, to push the button on that vacuum by releasing, by forgiving, and by giving more of ourselves every day. So let's take that into prayer. What a joy it is to sit in this space of knowingness that there is only one. And it is infinite. Its abundance, its prosperity, its givingness is infinite. There's nothing else to be but this one, so I affirm and know that my life is that. The life of everyone within the sound of my voice is an unfoldment of that divine, powerful truth that is spirit. And so I know for each one of us, and I know for New Vision Center, that true prosperity is ours right here, right now. That we are called deeply into the giving action of our choice. The one that calls to our heart and sings to us, rises up with ease and grace, whether it finds us cleaning out closets or writing checks, whether it finds us on our knees, releasing and forgiving, or opening our heart to phone calls to someone new. That the indwelling voice within each one of us is leading and guiding each of us beautifully and perfectly to the next step to take this day to enhance the prosperity of our lives and of the center. This I absolutely know. It's easy, it's grace-filled, it's love overflowing in action. And I'm so grateful to know that this is the truth for each of us, that we are each living in true prosperity, experiencing peace and health and plenty in our worlds. I'm a yes to all of that, and so very grateful as I release it into the action of universal law and call it good. And so it is.